Hi, how are you? Good.
Just here to pick the envelope.
Oh, all right. Somewhere right here.
Cameron.
Okay, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Oh man.
Oh man.
I'll take the practice for you. Oh
I hope so. He's looking at me.
Yeah, we broke his leg while he was here. It's kind of a ritual thing we do. It's just.
Are you guys going to practice tonight?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Cam number 2.
Yeah, they were busy for me.
Thanks for coming, buddy. See you later at the rink.
All right, let's go, Vinny. See you later.
We have practice later. We don't have to more games, but we're just having fun games. Fun practices. Okay, see ya. Yeah, no worries, see ya.
Yeah, right. We have a birthday party just leaving. There's Sean. Hey, Sean. Good evening from the UK. Well, good afternoon from PEI. we have some people picking up kids because we're just finishing up a birthday party, and then it'll kind of quiet down here, and then we'll see what we do for the rest of the day. I was going to do a stream last night, and I got busy, and a friend came in. She was down off island for a while, and she came back. So I kind of hung out with her, and then after she left, I realized, boy, it was too late to start the stream. So, so I thought I would do one today because every once in a while we have people that are like Sean from the UK that it's too late when I usually do the stream. So it's fun to do streams in the afternoon. So it's Sunday right now. It's Sunday in PEI about 3 p.m. Kind of a nice day out today. It's not freezing cold. No sun today. There was sun the last couple days. No sun today. A little overcast, but it's I think it's only like 13 degrees out, so it's not in the negatives, which is a change of pace. It's kind of nice. I'm supposed to have some sort of dealio. Sorry, I'm just my OBS is a little funky right now. I gotta figure out what's going on here. So Chris and I did a video on how to play bar billiards. I released that about a week or so ago. He came over on Thursday, a couple days ago. We shot a video on how to do bumper pool. And I usually wear my mic here. Instead, I put it right here, and just totally blew out the sound. So we have to reshoot it. He's going to come in tonight. We're going to reshoot it because my audio his audio was great. Mine was just super distorted because the mic was closer to me, and I kind of pushed the levels a little bit higher on that when I'm using the actual DSL camera for video rather than this one. But yeah, so we need to fix that. But that's okay. I can use all of our B-roll that shows like fouls and foul shots and a few other things. So it's just basically we'll set it up. I'll talk about the game. We'll explain the rules, and then we played a couple of games, and I think that that's good. One game went really fast, and then the other one took a little bit longer. I think the second one took a little bit longer. And we got more comfortable with where the cameras were, because there's an overhead camera that kind of gets in your way. Thanks for coming in, guys. See you later. Oh, there's my thing. That's the thing I was looking for. I now have it. Excellent. Let's do the 4 camera shot so we can see the whole place. There we go. So what else is going on? We got the Wii in, and that's been a pretty big hit. I don't like this shot. I'm gonna go back to this one. That's a little bit better. So we got the Wii in. That was pretty good, but honestly, I don't like the Wii at all. It just is flaky. The controllers, I have to sync the controllers periodically, which seems kind of ridiculous to me. I got some rechargeable batteries in them and some new lithium batteries. They're pretty nice batteries, but they didn't seem to last very long. So I gave them a full charge again, and we'll see if maybe that's a little bit better, or maybe the Wii just like gobbles through current or something. I have no idea. I don't know. I had one a long time ago. When they first came out, we had bought one, and I was actually mentioning this to Sophia the other day. Like, I was over fighting with it again on something. I don't remember what. Like, it wouldn't read the disc, or I don't know. Seems like it's always giving me problems. And I don't remember why I stopped messing around with the Wii that I had bought. And I almost wonder if it's because it was just too flaky and unreliable. I don't know. Just constantly having problems syncing controllers, or I don't know. The one bad thing about having the Wii in here is that sometimes it will go unused for a certain amount of time, and then it kind of goes to sleep. The screen dims, and it kind of goes into this sleepy mode, but you can't wake it up from the controllers. You can't wake it up at all. It just doesn't do anything. You have to actually turn the thing off and back on again, which I don't get. I don't know. It's weird. And I looked, and I couldn't find the power setting or anything. I know that people there's some aftermarket stuff that you can throw on them. Wander, hi from Brazil. Hey, hello. And Star Voyager, howdy from the land of the Neanderthal. You said it, not me. Oh, man. Yeah, so I know that there are some people that if you're just joining, I was just ranting a little bit about how much I hate the Wii, but there's some aftermarket stuff that you could do to them, like you flash them and throw a bunch of games in them or something. And oh, I got people. Hold on. Here for a pickup?
Here for pickup.
I don't, somewhere around here. I have no idea where.
Yeah, I think so. We've never been before. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Easy to have around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start playing notice
So I have to step away for just a brief moment whilst they gather kids, and I'll be back in a second.
Oh yeah, his foot's starting to get swollen.
Like 3 months.
So, Daryl, I have a funny story I'll tell you in a second about the land of the Neanderthals, which just kind of cracks me up. So, give me a second.
I know. We're not with anybody that wants to do it.
Thank you.
It's up at like full house, basically right from the get-go. So. I know. Yeah. Who's? Like jacket. Okay, that's all right. We can bring
Clean controllers when they're done playing.
Not too bad. Alright, take care. See ya. Thank you again.
See you later.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell the story now. So we had when we first started doing the stream, there were 3 people from the States that would join the stream almost every time. They were pretty consistent, and I knew that they were MAGA type people, but they never did any political bullshit on here. They invited me. They watch movies. They're all kind of separated out across the states, and apparently they watch movies together through a Discord server. And so they had sent me an invite to a Discord server, and I went to go look at it. I was never around when they were. I mean, we were always here when they were doing their movie, and they would find like all kinds of crazy old '50s movies and stuff like that. I don't know how they did them, but they streamed them somehow through Discord, or I'm not sure how they got that set up, but they all watched them at the same time, real time kind of thing, and then through Discord or whatever, they would make jokes about the movie or whatever. I don't know. It sounded kind of fun, but so they invited me to the Discord server. I went and I looked at it, and this would have been last year sometime, and there was a whole bunch of they had a handful of different channels, but a handful of them were really dedicated to just basically putting down Hunter Biden and his laptop, or for some reason Joe Biden being a pedophile or something. There are all these like weird little memes about it, and it's like Biden's like the just kind of the nice old grandfather kind of fuddy-duddy kind of guy, right? And there's a lot of pictures of him like bending over and talking to kids, where he's got their hand on their shoulder, like just like an old nice person would do, and so they implied that he was like all touchy-feely and inappropriate with them or something. I don't know, it was just weird. I never brought it up. I never said anything to him. I just logged off the server and never went back. It kind of just gave me the creeps, right? So it was right after Trump was elected, and we were doing a live stream, and Trump was going on about the basically invading Canada, right? Absorbing Canada as the 51st state kind of thing, which Canadians don't take very lightly too. we don't like the disrespect of it. We don't like the disrespect of Trump calling our prime minister the governor of his 51st state. I mean, the whole thing is just, it's intended to kind of piss people off, right? And Trump's just a fucking idiot. So it's just one of those things. I think that most reasonable people understand that Trump's, not to get too political, but I think most reasonable people and thinking people understand that Trump's main objective is to weaken Western alliances for Russia, right? And he's doing a perfectly good job of that. And so that's part of it, is like he wants to split the ally between Canada and the U.S. Anyway, so one of these MAGA guys, it was near the end of a stream, he said, when are we going to vote to become the 51st state? And I fucking lost it. I was just like, I laid into it, and I just said, if anybody makes jokes about that, I'm going to ban them, because it's inappropriate, and you're threatening someone who wants that is basically saying, who wants an American invasion into Canada is basically saying that they potentially want me to die fighting for the country. It would be the destruction of this business, right? And there'd be all kinds of problems with U.S. invasion of Canada. And so I don't think it's a laughing matter. And so I had mentioned it, and I haven't seen him since. He tucked tail and left. Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Hopefully they were all well behaved. I try to keep a good close eye
Yeah,
out. So,
I didn't notice anything weird. They
No.
all seem to be.
They're good kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Huh?
Bag of chips?
Oh God, no. I have enough here.
Yeah,
You guys take it to the hockey game with you?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna be polite with it?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get those two things and then we'll head over
Okay.
to the hockey game.
All right, bring them up here so I can scan them.
Oh, pick those up, please.
I gotta get here so that I can
All right, 978.
Okay, I'll tap please.
Go ahead.
Oh, look at this vibe, Taco
Good to go. Here you go.
Bell. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See ya. Hold on just a second. I have to go and reset some machines and kind of tidy up. I think I have a couple more people in here still. Just you today, right now, at least for a little while. Okay, where's my coffee? Here's my coffee. Sheck. Hello from Germany. Hello there. Star Voyager says, but Canadians should take a little comfort that almost half of America will fight on Canada's side. Well, I think so. Yeah. I think that, I don't think that they'll ever be, I don't think he's dumb enough to try an invasion of any kind. I think it's just going to be just, bluster and hubris and a lot of noise. And it's like the last time he started his stupid little tariff game, and it was not long after he realized he didn't know what the hell he was doing, and they pulled all the tariffs. And I think the same thing's happening now. And then the funny thing was, America has reached out to Denmark, of all places, saying, hey, got any eggs? So it's like, we're going to forcefully take part of your country. We're going to take Greenland. Oh, and by the way, we need eggs. That just killed me. And then the other thing that I read this thing about American egg farming, and how the price of eggs have gone up in the supply chain from the egg distributors. So the supply chain is, you have the growers, they grow the eggs, and then the distributors buy the eggs and sell them from there. The growers haven't had a price increase in years. It averages something like 23 or 24 cents. It's under 30 cents a dozen. So all of that price increase is sort of a slightly manufactured shortage. They know that growers are having problems having to cull millions of chickens, but it really isn't interfering with the overall supply chain. There's still enough eggs to go around, but it's corporate greed that is making the price of eggs go up in the States. Here, the price of eggs has more or less remained the same. I buy very few eggs. Over the course of a year, I think I personally buy like 2 dozen eggs over a year. So I don't really, Sophia buys eggs she more than I do, but I don't really pay attention to the price. I just kind of like, these are the eggs that I get, and I throw them in the bin and off I go. But lately we've been buying eggs from a local farm, and it's $5 a dozen. And there's another local farm we can get them for $4 a dozen. These are fresh eggs. Like we could probably, if we got them on day one, if we get them from this other grower at $4 a dozen, they don't refrigerate them. So I could probably go in there, grab one dozen, and I probably hatch a few of them and get my own growing going. And we thought about getting chickens, but we do have foxes in the area. In fact, a fox was at our house the other day. One of the cats was out on the deck, and it was dusk, and or early evening. One of the cats was on the deck looking into, we have sort of this wild rose bush in our front yard, and looking at, like, obviously intently looking at something in there. And so Sophia went out to go look at it, and she goes out there, and there's obviously a dog playing, right? So the moves off to the side, moves off to the other side, and so she's like, what? And he moves off the side, moves off the other side, and playing with her. And she said after a little bit of that, he yipped at her, like, beep, 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 little barks, little fox barks. And she didn't feel secure enough to go out and actually interact with it. She didn't leave the deck. I would have, like, I'm an idiot. I would have gone, hello, fox. But she said it was one of the gray foxes that we have here, which are really, really dark. They're almost black. So if we got chickens, that happy little fox would have had dinner that day. And I just don't want to promote that. We have coyotes on the island, and then our biggest natural predator is this coyote wolf hybrid which are they're not wolf size. They're a bit bigger than coyotes. Really good looking dogs. They're really attractive looking animals, but I don't want those milling around my property because of the cat. We do let the cats go outside, so and yeah. Sorry, Voyager says, I think they grow eggs in Greenland. They might. Chickens are kind of stinky. They are kind of, I've been around chickens before, yeah. And Sean says, where there's chickens, there are rats. That's true. And that would be one thing. Like, if we could secure, we have a big enough yard. We have an acre of cleared land. So we could get one of those chicken coops that are like totally encaged, and then you move them around in the yard so that the chickens kind of wreck a little part of one area, and then you move the whole chicken coop and cage, and then they wreck that while the other part grows back. So if we can keep it so that the foxes can't get in there, then the foxes could just wait around for the rats. They would eat all the little rats. On our property in Colorado, we have a family of coyotes. Yes, they will eat your pets. I rarely ever hear them. We have our house is surrounded by acres and acres of woods. Our cleared property is surrounded by acres of woods. And we've been here for about 5 years. And one of the first things I did when we moved here is I bought a trail cam because I wanted to see what kind of critters we had roaming around in the woods. So we put the trail cam out. I have caught one of the wolf coyote hybrids. I caught that on the trail cam. Raccoons, a few times caught raccoons. Skunks, we have a lot of skunks. Really chill skunks too. I like skunks. They're really cool. And then lots of squirrels and little chipmunks and those kind of things. And then recently on the trail cam, within the last couple of years, more and more rabbits. These are big hares, really big guys. So I've been seeing more and more of those. They don't seem to come out of the woods very often. I almost hit one going home last night, running across the road. Big white rabbit. When it snowed, there was rabbit tracks that went across the cleared area that we saw once. There, you could distinctly tell it was a rabbit. It was a small rabbit. It wasn't a big one. But I rarely see that. And they don't seem to go into the garden. So we have a garden in the backyard it's right next to the wood line, and they don't seem to come out and mess with it. Raccoons do. Raccoons will come out. We've tried to grow corn. Every time ever I've tried to grow corn, whether that was here or in the city or anything like that, the raccoons always get my corn before I get a chance to get my corn. The place we had in Mission, we planted grapes, and then these grapes grew up this sort of trellis up to this upper deck area, so there was just this big wall of grape plants, like grapevines, and they were just loaded. The last year we were there, they were loaded with grapes. So many, like just, I don't know, 100 pounds of grapes, probably, so many. Sophia went out there one day, and she heard rustling, and kind of up 10 feet up in the grapevines, this little raccoon head pokes his head out. Hold on just a second.
Look at this one. This is like a ninja one.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you guys?
I'm fine, thank you. I have two who would be playing,
Mm-hmm.
and so I would just be accompanying them. So do I have to pay full admission for me as well?
Yeah, so everybody behind here is.
Okay.
And one of the problems is because we used to let people just come in and we always caught them playing.
Yes,
and so we
yeah.
just said, "No, we're not gonna do that."
Yeah.
It's all right, I'm gonna pay, but I'm telling you, I know nothing about it.
It looks
Well-
pretty
Because
awesome.
it said you have
though.
to teach your kids how to play, and I said, well, that could be a problem, because I have no idea how to play any
I'll,
pinball.
I'll give them a shot.
I
I'll
don't know
show
how to
'em.
play any pinball, any computer games, any Switch, any PlayStation, any,
Well,
you know, it's my era. So we've got 3, I guess, then.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
you're
I'm
not
just gonna
gonna
go- I'll
stay
just
in?
go, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 3, thanks.
all right. So it's $14.95 for an hour, 5 cents more for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're just gonna do the 1 hour
All right,
things, 'cause
1,
we're
2,
from out of
3.
town, so.
All right. 51.58.
Oh my goodness.
Check my wallet here, I think I have enough to,
Yeah, it's worth yours.
or my change purse rather, I think I have enough.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, we just did a Captain America movie, so now we're doing the March break special. 51
yeah.
something?
51 and 60 cents. 50,
Okay.
51.60.
Hey, 52.
Thank you.
They've got big two room over here too. I know Maddox, you looked at, I think, don't you?
All right, 40 cents back to
Go
you.
right in there. too.
Thank you. All right, so we'll stamp your hands.
My dog loves
Leave the duck, oh, Gibby does?
All right, guys, let me stamp your hands.
All right, you guys have fun.
So, this
wait,
lets you
gotta
play
wash it.
till 4:25.
All right, guys.
What is 425?
425.
So, have you guys ever played pinball? I'm over here now.
He has a little tiny miniature pinball machine
Okay.
that just sits on the table. That's it.
Let me
Oh my gosh.
let me show you how they work on these, and then I'll let you guys loose, okay? So I'm going to show you on this older one. On the front, there's going to be a start button somewhere. A lot of times it's going to be right here. Right there, it actually says
Okay,
start
that's
and
flashing.
flashes. On this style, it's actually right here. And on some like this, it's a little hidden right there, okay? Push the button one time.
Be one. Oh, see,
It'll
watch,
start the
watch.
game. The older ones take a little bit longer because they're all mechanical. There's no computers or anything. It's all mechanical. Spits out a ball. On the side of the machine are these buttons, and those work the flippers, okay?
Oh.
So there's one on each side.
Yeah.
To get the ball up there, pull this back, let it go,
That's similar to your your table one.
and then it's just a matter of
Flippers.
doing whatever the so on this one, you're supposed to knock down all of those targets. And it goes down.
Do you win anything if you do anything?
Lots and lots of points.
Wait, what's the points do?
Nothing. They just tell you won
It's
the
the
game.
score of the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
These are old
It's
school.
not
There's no
like the
prizes.
claws
or
Wait a
that
second.
anything.
comes down and
Wait a
puts
second,
the
does
prize
this
up for
count
you.
as our 1 hour right now?
It does.
Oh god. Oh, what?
All right, so before you guys go, each game, 3 balls per game. So if you start a pinball game, you have to finish it. So you have to play the remaining two balls, okay? And then there's video games over there. There's a big shooting game here. There's some other, just whatever. If you have a question about any of the games, come and ask me, all right?
Okay. Oh, yeah, nice. You would notice that, of course. All right. You can play that one.
Wait, I can't?
No, you can play it.
Hey, Max, you gotta play it. I'm gonna track it.
Are you playing it? No, you're the one that's making me start playing.
Max!
There you go,
Hey,
Max.
we're playing the Terminator.
You let that.
There you go. Pull it back. Off you go. 2 balls up there.
Oh my god.
It's for 2 people though. Oh, okay. So you wait till Maddox is free. Play something else.
There you go.
That's so cool.
Play
I'm
something
doing
else till
too.
Maddox is free.
All right. Sorry about that. Nearest predator we had in our yard was a mountain lion, but it didn't linger. We don't have any big scary animals on the island. We don't have like literally the biggest wild animal we have here is that coyote fox hybrid thingy. Outside of like horses and cows, but we don't have moose or deer or anything like that native on the island. So it's nice when you're driving around. You don't have to worry about a moose jumping out of the woods and you're running into it, which is, those are big animals. That's a pretty devastating incident to have happen. I did hit a coyote once. It really screwed up my car, which wrapped around in the wheel well and everything. But I mean, I didn't destroy my whole car. And, yeah. Bunnies seem to be suicidal. They dive in front of cars a lot. This one, yeah, I have hit on the island. I hit a rabbit once, and I've hit numerous skunks. Because the skunks don't see very well. And so they kind of amble across the road and they don't know what's going on. They just run them over. There was one, it was really heartbreaking. We were coming home one day. There was snow on the ground. And I didn't realize what it was at first, but there was a skunk coming across the oncoming lane into my lane, dragging his back end. And when I saw him, but it didn't register what exactly was going on, because you expect them to kind of amble in a certain way, but he was dragging and sort of, it was just a weird movement. So I swerved and I went over top of him. My wheels didn't hit him, but my car, I swerved so that he'd miss my wheels. But we did hear a little thunkety underneath the car. And we smelled it. Oh, wait a minute. My chair is wound up in this cable. Hold on just one second. Yeah, so I felt really bad for him, and but I thought, okay, he was dragging his back end, so maybe I finished him off. Maybe I helped him out. Not that day, but the next day, I think it was. I was driving back to the arcade, and that particular area, I was looking and I noticed a little skunk alongside the road, but he looked like he was alive. And it was in the same area. And so I turned around and I went over, and it was him. And he, I felt kind of helpless. I didn't have anything to finish him off, which I would have. If I had a shovel or something, I would have ended his suffering. But I felt really bad for the poor guy, because he was what are you going to do? You can't save him, because he was clearly, his back end was all crushed. He was dragging it. He was a mess, but he was still aware. And we looked at each other in the eyes and everything. I'm just like, dude, I can't even pick you up. You're a stinky skunk. So I can't even put you in a bin and put you in the back of my car. And so I did call. There's a group on the island that will go out and take care of stuff like that. So I called them, and then on the way home he was gone. So that was rough. I need to, now that we're coming into spring, there's going to be more and more animals on the road, and I need to keep something in my car just in case, because I don't mind finishing an animal off. I don't want to, but I don't mind doing it if I end up hitting one and crushing his back, and I don't want him to sit alongside the road for 6 hours suffering to death. So I don't know what I would keep. Big machete? Stick of dynamite? Yeah, so kind of quiet today. It is the start of March break, so there's no school next week, and I think that we're going to be kind of busy, but it is a little hit and miss, because we did fairly well last couple of years, but we do have a few days where it gets kind of, you would think that there'd be a lot of traffic, but it's a little bit slow, and it's because people go away for a few days. So today I expected a bit more traffic. It hasn't been bad, but I think that people have gone away, or maybe they're just chilling out at home. The weather's not too bad, so they could be just out doing stuff. I don't know. I was saying earlier we did Chris had come in and we did a video on how to play bar billiards, and then he was in on Thursday, and we did a video on how to play bumper pool. But my audio was a mess on that. We couldn't use any of it. Well, we have B-roll. We could use the B-roll, but we can't use any of the stuff. So he's coming back tonight. He's going to come by at 6:30, and we're going to shoot that. What I should do. Oh, I need this microphone though for that. I'm almost wondering if I could do a live stream of us doing the filming of that, because that'd be because I can move this camera. This camera has a microphone. Yeah, I think. Let's look. Where is my? No, there it is. Okay. Auxiliary, Kiro. Lav mic. I'll look at that. I think that this camera has a microphone in it. I don't know how good it is, but this is wireless. So I could take that camera and I could put it over here and just get a shot of us filming. I might do that just for fun. That would be in about 3 hours. We would start doing that. So we'll see about doing that. I'm probably going to end this stream here pretty soon, probably in about 15 minutes or so. It's a little bit slow, and I have a couple things that I want to do on some of the machines over there. And I would be able to do it as long as nobody else comes in. I have my Secret Service is offline. It's got a flipper problem, and so I need to take that apart and have a look at it and see if I can figure it out. I was going to film it, but I can't because, well, maybe I'll just look at it. If it's a quick fix, then it doesn't make sense to film it. And I do, at the end of stroke switch has fallen apart, so that needs to be replaced. So maybe I'll put that in. I actually think that coil has some issues as well. Let's go to video arcade scene. Whoop. Yeah, so I bought that Star Raiders. What was Space Raiders? Space Panic. Space Panic. That's it. The last video I put out on YouTube is all about my Space Panic. Got a really good deal on it, just a few $100 from a guy on the island, not too far away from where I live. He was about a half an hour, 40 minutes away from where I live, on the sort of the east side of the island. I live on the lower end of the east side of the island. He was on the upper end of the east side of the island. So I went over there, looked fine. It needs work. It needs some problems, but the monitor was okay. It basically just needs to be cleaned up. And there's a few switches that are a little janky. They don't work very well, but I think that they're all leaf switches and they probably are just corroded. So it should clean up fine. Funny, weird little game. Cocktail table. We put it in the back of my van, and here's two things. So I have a Dodge Caravan, like a mom van kind of thing, and it's awesome because you can put a full 4x8 sheet of plywood and stuff in it. There's enough room in the bed for that. So it has seats that fold down. So what I usually do, all right, see you, Daryl. Talk to you later. What I usually do, because we use it mostly for hauling stuff, is I've taken a 1/2 inch piece of 4x8 plywood. We put it in the back of this thing, and then things can slide in and out of there nice and easily instead of rubbing on the carpet, and these seats that fold down are a little bumpy or whatever. So it works out great, and I almost never ever have the seats up in that thing. It's always used for hauling stuff. I can carry 3 pinball machines in it, and one full arcade thing. We actually fit the entire Terminator Salvation game in that van. Like, it's a good van. So Sophia was doing something. She needed a 1/2-inch sheet of plywood, so we pulled it out of the van, and I was just going to buy another one next time we were in town. On the bottom of the van floor, there are these big metal hooks, and that's where, when you put the seats up, they hook into these metal hooks, and that's what holds the seat in place. So we lifted this cocktail table in there, and I thought it's a little top heavy, but I don't have far to go, so I think I'll be okay. We just put it upright in the thing, and I really should have laid it down on its side. The very first corner I took, they fell over, and one of those heavy metal hooks collided with the edge of the glass, and the glass just exploded into a billion pieces, and actually took a little chunk out of the front of the cabinet too. And it was funny that, you know, if I had the plywood in there, it probably wouldn't have broken, because this thing hit that metal piece entirely. And I mean, tempered glass is pretty durable, except for on its edge. So it's hard to say whether or not it would have survived or not. Don't know. But I think it might have. But yeah, I should have laid it down. I was just rushing, not thinking. But so in the video, I show that the broken glass, and then we plugged it in, and the thing works fine. It worked as fine as it did, but it just doesn't have glass on it. So I went to order the glass. I have another piece of glass that I need for this back counter, but I didn't have the right dimensions to give them. They need a proper template for that, for the Space Panic glass. So I need to draw up the template, and then we'll get that glass ordered, and then I'll get the glass for here. I can't do the espresso stuff until I get that glass in place. I have a piece of 5 by 3 foot glass, so we'll go 5 feet this way and 3 feet up. And then I need another like 2 by 3 foot for that corner over there. But we need that there so that kids won't stick their hands on very, very hot parts of espresso machines and stuff like that. And yeah. So, and probably what I'll do is at the lower end of the glass, I have the 5 by 3 sheet here that's 3/8 inch thick. And probably what I'll do is going halfway up, maybe we'll put some sort of covering over it so that you can't see the counter and everything that easily. I don't know what to do with that, but because it will be, I mean, it's coffee, there's got to be little coffee grounds and stuff that will get back underneath the machine that you won't be cleaning out every single day, but it's just going to end up being there, and I don't want people to see that because it'll look a little dirty, even though it really won't be. It'll just, yeah. Like once a week you do the clean, you clean everything, but you don't have to get in there every single day. But, so just something that make it look a little bit tidy. But yeah, I'm not really sure what I'll do with that. Like, should I just paint the glass, or maybe some sort of, I'll talk to the glass people actually, because maybe we can do like a mirrored surface on it or something like that. Like there's a cling film that you can put on glass to do various things. I'll talk to them and see if there's something that they recommend that you can just do. Be fine. Mirrored surface would be great. It would look fine from the other side too. So, but we're getting there. I got my, that's a hot water dispenser. This is a big commercial grinder that we've just had in the back. I just got it here to get it out of the way for now. And then we have a little grinder over there, which we bought just for espresso, just for decaf, because I don't want to mix that in with my regular coffee. We can just throw some decaf in there, and I don't know how common decaf coffee is. I mean, I've worked in espresso places before, and it was usually less than an eighth of the orders were decaf. So we might not even really. I don't know how much coffee we're going to sell in the first place. Hey, Charlie Whiskey, happy Sunday. Still up for some filming a little bit later? Speaking of coffee, I need to make more. You can come with me. Let's do this. Will this work? This isn't going to work. What am I doing? Can I do that? We'll do that, and then you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right. Get my coffee going. Get my coffee on. Put this thing back somehow. Here. I need something better to put the camera on here. Charlie Whiskers, yes, hope to come in early and play some games first. Cool. Just finished filming for a new short. Took a 170 megabyte Connor hard drive apart. It's incredibly pretty inside. The platters are gold covered. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, I've had a few of those. Handwriting on the magnet. It looks like art. I should mount it in a shadow box. Yeah, you should. Did you do your AMSR hard spinning hard drive and then glop it with jam or something yet? Have you done one of those? I think you ought to. You do. I took apart a hard drive and then put chocolate syrup on it. It's spinning. You could do a whole series on that with like jam, chocolate syrup, maple syrup to be, Canadian patriotic. You could do ketchup and mustard, like hot dog condiments, ketchup, mustard, and relish. And the whole time leaving the drive is running, and maybe, I don't know, play a movie off the drive, load a movie on the drive or something like that, and then play it until it stops working. I did that with a hard drive. I think I told you this. I did that with a hard drive that we took a metal paper clip or something and went back and forth on the platter just until it was running. I think it was just running Windows on it, and we just kept like moving the mouse to see if we had killed it yet or something like that. And then it just froze. Windows just froze, if I remember. It didn't do anything very spectacular. It just kind of stopped. And I had I think I told you too, where we had I had a motherboard that was having weird intermittent problems. And it was, I think at the end of the day it was related, it was back when USB was kind of new and flaky. And drivers for Windows were hit and miss. And if you had anything plugged into USB on this board, Windows would kind of crash and cause all kinds of problems. But if you didn't have anything plugged into USB, it was fine. So, but I couldn't do anything with the board. I had a computer store at the time, and it was actually a client's board that we had sold them. We built them a computer, sold them. So I had replaced it, and I tried to do something with it, and I couldn't. I was always fighting with it. So we ended up, we loaded Windows up on a drive and everything. We had the thing running, and then I just took a pair of pliers and we started plucking things off the motherboard until it stopped working. Like, does it need this capacitor? Doink. Guess not. Wes. Hey, Wes. How are you? Charlie says, I have a WD-400 to do that with. That's the third or fourth WD-400 in the box. I ran a Sharpie across one of the WD-400s while it was spinning. It panicked as soon as the RPM slowed. Yeah, you told me that. Didn't the what do you call it? The stylus, the armature, just like slammed back to the center and parked, or something like that? Or did it just like? I always thought about doing making wind chimes out of hard disk drive discs because the metal is so so hard that they have a really nice sound to them. Read write head scared the turds out of you. Yeah, the magnets are always cool to pull out of hard drives. I have a bunch of hard drive magnets all over my fridge. There's even some here. But the platters just are neat. I don't know how well they do outside. I don't know what they're coated in. Like if you put one outside, would they stay shiny like that, or would they corrode pretty quickly? I've always just kind of played with them. I had one sitting on my workbench for a long time. It got very scuffed up from handling it and throwing it across the room and playing with it, but it never corroded or anything. I don't know what the finish is on them. See ya. Yeah, I didn't even know that they made glass platter hard drive discs. I thought they were all like some sort of, I don't know, I guess I didn't know what they were made out of. That they're just, but I guess if they are glass, I mean, I think some of them are metal. I don't think they're all glass, but they're all like really, really hard because they all chime. They all sound really nice. They have a nice ping to them. Yeah, I don't know how. I'm not sure how you would figure that out. Outside of hitting them with a hammer. I mean, that'd tell you right away. You can. I've got them right here.
Dart throw.
Before you throw them, look at your tips and make sure that they haven't broken off, okay? And if you break a tip, don't worry about it. I have lots more.
Okay. Oh yeah, these are.
All right, let's see if the darts hit the board or if they hit the wall. We broke a lot of dart tips yesterday. Probably went through 20 dart tips, which is like the most dart tips broken so far that I've seen. Today we haven't broken a single one, so busy weekend. Yeah, yesterday was pretty steady, pretty much all day, and today we had a birthday party come in, and then a handful of people here and there. But then it's like we've just got the 3 people in right now, and we've got 2.5 more hours to go. So I don't know if we'll get another wave of people in or not. I'm not sure. But we're open tomorrow. We're open Monday, Tuesday because of the break. I will not be here. Jacob will be here Monday, Tuesday, and funny when people throw darts and they. Can you see him here? No, you can't see him on this one. Kids throw darts and they're throwing darts like they're trying to spear a gazelle. Like as hard as they possibly can. Did you break a tip already?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to throw them that hard.
Okay. Do you have to press something on the thing to start it?
It's off. Why is it off?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why is there a TV right up there?
Because this, I'll show you.
Oh, I think, is that going to click over there?
Yeah, it'll join to it.
Oh.
There it goes.
Okay.
So to play a game, if you want to play like an actual dart game, this is a good one to play. Player 1, player 2, single. So what it is, you start with 301 points, okay? And as you hit these, your points go down, and you're trying to go down to 0, right? So how to read the dartboard is this is all of these are worth in the 3 column. This is double 3, so it's worth 6 points. This is single 3, so it's worth 3 points, and this is a triple 3, so it's worth 9 points. Same with the 20. So double 20, single 20, triple 20.
Oh,
Bullseye, outside of the bullseye is worth 25, inside of the bullseye is worth 50. Okay? So after you go 1, 2, 3, it'll say change player. You would pull your darts out first, okay? And then hit this button. And then player 2 would go. And you just go back and forth. So it'll keep score for you.
How do we restart?
I'll restart it for you.
Oh.
Here's your green dart.
Oh.
There you go. You don't have to throw the darts super, super hard.
Okay.
And if you find that it's hard to hit from this line, move a little bit closer. No big deal. All right, I think they got it. They've got it figured out. I have a couple of games I need to reset. Hold, please. you want some water or something?
No, I'm fine,
Okay.
thank you.
I have to go back and look at Alien Poker has a saucer that isn't registering, that switches a little bit out of alignment. So I'm just going to go and fix that real quick, and I will be back in a moment. All right. That was hey JRSC. Yeah, it's a little quiet right now. Sunday afternoon, Sunday 4 o'clock, and usually winters Sundays, most of our traffic happens really before 5, and then pretty much every day around 5 and 6 we start to kind of die out, and then people will come back after they've had food. But in the winters we decided to close on Sundays after 6:30 because we found that people weren't coming back after they ate food. There just wasn't, we weren't seeing anybody coming back in after like 6. So we figured 6:30 is fine for the winter. And
Where's it going? Look at this, Max. Where's it going? Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was. Max, look at this. What do you do for that one?
that one, that's baseball and stuff.
Oh, it's on the Wii.
Yeah, it's the Wii.
I can't shoot the woman's, I guess.
Swing to pitch.
Wait, that's a woman?
You want to try it?
Yeah. So the whole point of this is not to shoot the woman's?
You don't shoot the non-people. So, bad guy. He obviously is a bad guy. He looks like a bad guy. Bad guy, not a bad guy.
Oh, that guy's not a bad guy?
That the guy in the middle was. He's a bad guy. He's not a bad guy.
So there's a pattern?
No, there's bad guy. Get him. That other guy's bad guy. Bad guy.
What? That was wrong.
No, that was right. He got you first. That's a cop. You don't want to shoot the cop.
I need to.
Bad guy.
How does he get
Here, let me
me?
see it.
All right, you can do this. I think you can. Now, did you play in the Wii?
This one, I'll show you. This one's a little bit easier
To control.
because you only have. So it's going to turn around. I think 1 or 2 of them are going to be bad guys. We'll see. Bad guy. Why did I? Oh, it's like here. Bad guy. So that's what you're supposed to do. The other 2, the woman and the cop, you're not supposed to shoot. Bad guy.
Okay, thank you.
So you have
I
to-
know what to do now.
You have to think about which one you want to shoot. That guy, get him.
Yes,
There you
I
go.
got him.
That's now you got it.
Go.
All right.
Yes, I got it. Oh, dang! I got it. Get that woman.
If that were a Wii out today, they wouldn't be able to put a cop there because cops are usually not the good guys. Well, I mean, I guess they are kind of in Canada. Not so bad in Canada, but I see a lot of stuff in the States about how you just don't want to come anywhere near cops. And now you have ICE that you have to deal with too. There was ICE nabbed a woman, Canadian, going through the border from Mexico. Thought she had all of her work permit paperwork ready to go. Her work permit paperwork was incomplete. And so under normal situations, and what they do at the Canadian border is if your paperwork is incomplete, they just say, turn back around and go the other way. But instead they decided to arrest her and they hauled her off to some detention center in Arizona because her paperwork was incomplete. Like, come on. But what are you gonna do about it? All right, I think, I was only going to go for about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and then I think, I don't know, Chris, are you still there? I was kind of thinking it would be fun when we shot the video tonight, we start another live stream and we point it just at us. And so we do that for the hour or something. So if Chris is okay with that and gives the thumbs up on that, then we'll do it. Oh, Wes said something. I missed Wes. With the TVs in the montage of 80s clips come back, I like that from the old place. Made the arcade look more dramatic or dynamic. Roger Daltrey playing pinball, Elton John says that kind. So I have all of those 4 monitors that were set up in the center of the old space. They are, I guess I'm not using any of them. They're all in the back. I was going to put, I have a computer running the music, and that's what I did at the other place. So I had a computer, a bunch of MP3 files on it, a bunch of playlists and stuff, and that would just play the music that was in the arcade. And then I would run, I have put together several movies, videos. I think the longest one was about 20 minutes or half an hour or something. And that one had a bunch of like movie clips and a bunch of other crap on it, and then a bunch of shots from in the arcade, and that's all on that computer running the stuff. So I just need to attach monitors to it. So I had thought about spreading some monitors around. So I might put one on the wall over here, and then there's the monitor up here above the dartboard, and I thought about putting one next to that. We had talked about putting a shelf up there. There's an outlet up there, and we had talked about putting a shelf up there and putting a whole big row of lava lamps again, but I'm not really sure about that. I think that those will go up above here somewhere instead. I'm not really sure. The lava lamps are really cool, but they use a lot of power to leave them on all the time because they're 25, 40, or 200 watts, and so they're just sitting there. So I don't know if I want to run them again. Maybe, don't know. Well, maybe a few, maybe a couple big ones, something. But so I was going to put one over there. I like those monitors running because they actually tell you, because the way that it's working, it'll tell you when I had visualizations going too, which was really fun. Winamp, old school Winamp visualizations, and then it would tell you what song was actually playing. Because people do ask me from time to time, what song is this? But, so I have they're back there, but it's just figuring out what I want to do with them. And we've got a couple of other things that I want to take care of first. I wish I could put them on the back wall, but that's, I'd have to run an HDMI cable back there, and then I could put an HDMI splitter back there if I wanted to. That would work, but that's a long run to do. If I go along this wall, I have to go up and over the bay door in the back, and if I go this wall, I have to, because the computer's in this corner, so I have to go all the way across this way, and then all the way down there, and then all the way over. So it'd probably be better to go along this wall. But maybe I'll just put them up. Put a couple up on the wall, a couple of them here and there scattered around. And then we can, I can change what I've got going on there and stuff. I did like having that up, but yep. What about a projector and fire on the wall? So I have a projector here, and we brought it in with the intention. It's the old projector that I used to use in my living room, because I don't have a TV in my living room. I have a projector, and we have a screen that goes up and down, which is nice because if you're just kind of hanging out and you don't want to look at a big monitor, you can lift the screen up, and then you're sitting in a regular room. The monitor is mounted on the ceiling out of the way, and we have there's a big window. There's always been a big window in our living room that you don't use at night because it's dark outside of the window. So you just lower the projector screen over the window. It works perfect. So I brought it in here, and it's not a super high end. It's an okay projector, but you need a much brighter projector in here, especially like during the day when the lights are out. When the sun's out, it's lighter in here than it usually is. And then you have the consumables of the bulbs. So the bulbs for this projector are not too terribly expensive nowadays. You can get them. I just replaced the bulb in this. And I think I paid like 15 to 20 bucks. I bought a couple of bulbs for it because I intended it to use it in here, but it's just not quite bright enough. So you need one of the really, really high-end ones that, and I don't know how often they cook through stuff, but they were those waterfall meteor shower animated LED thingies that probably don't consume a lot of power, that they're very lava lampy. I have some of those. There's actually one against this wall, and I had a bunch of them. I've got a whole pile of them upstairs. They were at the other location, and they were just the add-on bulb kind of thing that you can just screw into any sort of socket bulb, but they work. I had them mounted in all the recessed lighting that we had in the old place, and then they did their little deal on the floor. They look pretty cool. And I had thought about setting them up here again, but it's just, I have this light rail that goes all the way around, and that just has 110, 120 power up there, a bunch of sockets up there. So I could attach them up there and point them at various things. I just haven't gotten around to it. And here, because the floors are different, because they have the UV reactive sprinkles in them, I actually just ordered more black lights for this place. I want to put one in front of the washrooms up there, because up there we have that different floor that is UV reactive as well. And I need to put a few more around here to make the floor really pop. But at the other place, we pointed a lot of shit at the floor because those carpets were nasty and ugly, but I didn't want to peel them up because I didn't want to invest any more money into that building than I needed to. And if we pulled them up, I would have had to do epoxy floors or something like that. But so we just sort of dealt with those ugly floors, but we hid them by pointing pretty lights at it. And that sort of disguised the fact how nasty that carpet was. But and I do have in the top on this screen, the very top right, you can see right now Pac-Man is going by, right? That's 3 of those big Govey curtain lights, and I have 3 more of them. That's 3 of them joined together. I have 3 more of them, and we actually have a place up above here to put them already. I hung from the ceiling. I hung 5 foot. It was actually some metal conduit tube that I had pulled out of here. So there's 5 foot pieces of metal conduit tube that I spray painted black, and there's 3 of them up there designed to hang these lights from, and that's in the plan. It's something that I'm going to do, and that will light up this whole back wall over here and make it look all fancy pants. But to do that, I have to pull all of those machines. That whole row of machines need to be pulled away from the wall so I can get the ladder up there. Hi. Hi, how is it going? You gonna play some games?
Yeah.
All right.
Just 2 of them. Is it okay?
Everybody back here has to be paid entry because everything's set to free play. Yeah.
Can we get a view first? Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead, walk around. Just don't start any games. Yeah, have a look. Yeah. Yeah, so we can hang those lights up against that wall, but it is a bit of work. because everything needs to be pulled away. So I'm waiting until I have other things I want to do. So if we end up hanging those monitors up there, that would be the time to do that as well. And I want to run an electronic strike to the back door so we can buzz people in the back door. That I'll have to run the wire along that wall to get to it. So that's something that will go in. That's $14.95 for an hour, 5 cents more for 2 hours. And actually at 4:30, we start the date night special, which is 2 people for $25. So I could actually do that for you. So I could do all 4 of you for $50. So you'd say $10.
Take a note for today.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. See you guys later. Just 2 to play. I promise not to touch any games. That's exactly it, right? Yeah. Everybody who has come in and said, no, I'm not going to play, I'm just going to watch. No, they always play. Always. One thing that we thought about, so for birthday parties, we're going to do the upstairs. That will be after the coffee's done and up and running. Then we'll work on upstairs. So I need to put the stairs in first. We'll be able to clear out the workshop because workshop right now is just storage. So we'll be able to clear everything out of there and we'll put it upstairs on this side. That will be storage for all the inventory, soft drinks, candy, what have you. And I'm going to put my desk and computer and some other crap up there and whatever. Then we'll be able to once the stairs are in, then we can finish the upstairs for the what we're calling the VIP lounge. So we're going to put the air hockey game up there, and it's 4x8. So we'll be able to take a piece of like nice plywood. We'll finish it. I'll put an edge on it. We'll be able to put that on top of the air hockey game, and then when we have just parties, we put that down, and it looks like just a big table. And everybody can sit around that, and then after the party leaves, we'll lift that up. So there will be a place at the top up there where you'll be able to look down. So what I'm thinking is we'll put the cocktail video games up there, and I'll have them all on a on-off switch. So I'll be able to turn those on and off separately. While there's a party in play, the handful of games up there are going to be shut off. And then parents who don't want to play, they just want to be involved in the party thing, they can go up there, but they can't come down to the rest of the space. They're quarantined up there. How do you get a hockey table up a set of stairs? Yeah, it's heavy. It's going to be a bit of work. The legs come off of it, but it's a couple hundred pounds. So it's going to, yeah. That's not going to be a happy day. I'll film it just so you can watch us curse and swear. But so yeah, I'm thinking that we can just do some sort of. It's really hard that parents come in and there's a sign right there, right in the archway getting in here that says paid entry only, and parents just blow right past it. They don't pay any attention to it whatsoever. So we have to be careful with them on, you can come and grab your kids, but don't start a game kind of thing. And It's a constant battle. And I know a lot of people are like, you know, who cares if they play a game? But it's like, but what are we doing here? If we're not charging for games, what's the point? We can't say yes, everybody gets to play a game or two, and you know, I want them to look at it and go, oh, I really want to play that game. I'll come back.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in.
Welcome. Just happened to see it online and we thought we'd check
Yeah.
it out
Did it meet your expectations?
while we were in town.
Yeah. That is a claw game that you need to put money in to play.
Not today, buddy. We just had movies and pinball. So.
That is fun.
Hey, buddy, mommy's waiting in the car. We'll see you again another
Right.
time, I'm sure.
See you guys. I have to play my claw game. It looks like it hasn't retracted where it should be. What's going on here? Oh, that's where it sits. That's where it normally sits. Okay. I would love to have a camera in the claw game. Let's do that. Let's do that, shall we? Let's put a camera in the claw game. I don't know what this is going to look like. Oh, wait, that's not the one I want. Oh, well, I need to add some credits, so we'll keep this one open. Move this. Move this. Move this. So we'll put it here. What does that look like? And we'll go to, we'll have to go to the bigger one. I don't have one just of that. Here we go. Claw game cam. Claw cam. Here we go. Curses. More credits, lots of credits. And claw. Oh, I got the camera. Oh, bummer, I didn't win a camera. All right, here we go. I got stuff. I won licorice and one of these guys. All right, one more. One more. Hi! I'm playing the claw game. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look what I just won. I just won a push pop. It is possible to win the push pop. All right, let's shove this stuff around. Make it look like this thing is full. That looks pretty good, yeah? Okay, all right. What happened when I hit the camera? Did it, says you knocked it out. Did it glitch during that time? There we go. I'm happy I got that wireless camera. That's just awesome. All right, I gotta put the claw game back together. I'm really glad that I got that particular one. It's you can set it that one, coin mechanisms in camera went full Mars rover for a few seconds. I'll have to watch it later tonight. You can set this, most machines that are intended to put coins in, they don't care what the value is of the coin. They work on a pulse system. So you can say, okay, 1 credit is worth 1 pulse or 2 pulses or 3 pulses or 4 pulses or whatever it is. And then you put the proper coin mechanism in. So if you want a game to be 50 cents, you set it to 2 pulses, and then you put a quarter mechanism in it. So 2 quarters in gives you a credit. If you want it to be $1, then you put it to 4 pulses, credit mechanism. A quarter coin mechanism, or set it to 1 pulse and put in a dollar mechanism, that kind of thing, or tokens or whatever, right? So this one, you can set it to 1 dig per pulse, or you can set it to what they kind of call everyone gets something kind of thing. You fill it up with really, really cheap shit. And then you get 4 digs per pulse or something to that extent. But with this, I've got some big, stuff you want to win in it, and mostly it's just stuff that I pulled off the shelf and threw in there. And then we bought a bunch of just lollipops and little candies, wrapped candies, and that kind of thing. That's kind of scattered the floor of the thing. Anybody who plays this, they usually get something. And I like that. I like that, kids putting $1 in it, then I want them to get something. And a lot of times if they don't get something and they're a good kid, I'll go over there, I'll load up some credits, or I'll just give them a couple of coins out of the till and say, here you go, keep playing. Until they get something, and that usually makes them happy. They don't care what it is. We've had some people, they put a loonie in there, and then they actually pull out like a $3 or $4 candy item out of it just on the first go, and that's great. That's part of it. It's a gambling device, really, right? But I like that it gives out something. So I'm really happy that I bought that. It's been a lot of fun to have. I do have a bigger claw game that it's probably 4 feet wide and 3 feet deep, and it's for big plushies. Like the claw is intended to grab things about this big around, and it's at home. We were hoping to have it in here, but it's so big. It's so big. Prize every time. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, I would love to get the big one for the big plushies in, but I can't really have it on this side because I want to be able to say everything beyond this archway is free to play. So it'd have to be out in the candy store. But I don't want it to take up the real estate to have it in the candy store. I could put it, there's a little door here. Actually, looking at the candy store right now. So you have your entrance, and then just to the left of that entrance, there's a shelf with a bunch of soft drinks. Let's do this. So those soft drinks, and It could fit against this white wall right inside the door, and it would come out. It's about 3 feet, so it would take a good chunk. Or there is, you can see just in the corner of that room, there's a door that's covered up by shirts and stuff, the black shirts. You can see the top of the brown door. I could put it there, but then I lose some of that space that's in front of it on that wall. It's just an awkward space to put it. Like, I just don't have a good location for it. And also, that's more of a, it would be big plushies. So you'd have to charge a couple bucks each for a play, and you'd have to tune it so that you can't win every time. So you'd only want it to pay off like once every 10 or 20 times. And it's not a rigged machine, it's actually a skill-based machine. So the controls are, it's actually a pneumatic claw, and you set the pressure, that, like, how strong, but it gives it that strength every time you play. The rigged claw games do not. The rigged claw games, which are most of the ones that you see, they will only give it full strength every 20th time or every 30th time, and that's to hopefully keep your winnings at a profitable mark. You want it to give out winnings, but you also need people to keep playing it. You want people to feel like they're very, very close to winning it. I hate that. I hate that shit. I want it to be an honest game, right? And that's why I like this other game, because it is an honest game. But you have to set it just right so that you have to have, you're playing it how you think you're supposed to be playing it. You have to get the item in the claw in just a certain way that it can wrap around it and grab it. If you're too off to the side, the thing will just slip out of it, that kind of thing. All the ones in the UK are set on very weak grab mode, it seems. They're probably just all rigged, that you only get full strength every once in a while. You can actually, when you see one and you try it and you play it, get the name of the machine, go online, look it up, download the manual, and see what the programming is for it. And most of them are some sort of programming that you set your percentage point of how often it plays. Most redemption games are like that, and that's why I hate redemption. Is they're different than honest gambling. Like, if I go to the casino here, there's a slot machine. I know the slot machine is set to only pay out a certain percentage, and then it really is just, there's no skill involved. It's my luck that I'm going to hit the button, and the randomizer is going to go, you're the winner, and you're the winner of the big one instead of the little one, right? Or whatever, right? I mean, it's you know that it's a percentage of payout. And it's all luck. There's no skill involved. Redemption games for kids are the same way, but they disguise themselves as a skill-based thing, which I think is dirty. That's what I don't like about them. I wish that they were banned, because you're giving them the impression that this light is spinning around, and if you stop the light on this one, it's all white light bulbs except for this one red one, and if you stop the light bulb when it's on the red one and you hit the button at the right time, it'll stop it on the red one and you'll win the prize. But that's not it. It isn't. It's rigged. You actually cannot stop it every single time it comes around to that red one. I think probably the only ones that would be actual skill based would be that you would find in a redemption center are like the whack-a-mole kind of thing, where the head comes up, you hit it, and every time you hit it, it gives you a certain amount of points, and if you have a certain amount of points, it gives you so many redemption points. That would be it, but most of them are not. Most aren't honest, so and that bugs me, and I wish that they were banned. I think it gives kids the wrong impression because they get frustrated, like it's their fault that they're not winning when they tried really, really hard to push the button when the light turns red. that kind of thing. And they probably did it 30 times in a row, but the game is lying to them. And yeah. And what's really interesting is in Canada, I can't have a pachinko parlor. Pachinko is based entirely on luck. A little bit of skill, mostly luck. Can't do pachinko. You can do slot machines. I could put like a slot machine type device in here. I could get a license for it, and I could bring it in, and we could set up the rules, and we could do like upstairs could be just all slot machine kind of things from PEI government, and no kids upstairs, and we just line the walls up there, and we make a bunch of money off of it, and they're the same sort of thing. I don't want to do it, but you could make a bit of money off doing it. But if we like 3 or 4 years down the line, we see that we're doing really, really well here, and one of the spaces on either side of us opens up, we're joking about like cutting a hole, leasing the space next to us, cutting a hole in the wall, expanding out, doubling the size, putting some other stuff in, maybe doing alcohol on one side. That would be a completely feasible thing to do, because one of the problems with alcohol right now is I don't want to have to kick kids out at a certain time of the night. I don't want them to come in at, like, say we kick them out at 8 p.m. I don't want a family to come in at 7:15 or 7:30 and having me say, at 8 o'clock, you all have to leave. You only have half an hour of play. I don't want to have to do that. But if we opened up something next door and we have an archway in the wall or something, we could have a section of that area that is closed to kids. But if a family comes in, the kids could still be on this side. Parents could be on this side. But then over there we would have an area set aside for liquor. And we could do those little slot machine things. I might do them then. Because apparently they bring in a fair amount of money. I don't know what the payout is. And there are some rules on having them. And kids can never go into that particular area. So like an upstairs thing would be perfect, because you just put a sign that's like 19 and over only upstairs. And you can stop kids from going up the stairs. That would work. But yeah. So I'm going to stop the stream, and then at 6:30, Chris will be here. That's hour and 45 minutes from now. Let's say 2 hours from now, we might start the stream again of us shooting the how to play bumper pool. So if Chris is good with that, he probably will be good with that. He's not here at the moment. He was in chat here moments ago, but so yeah. So if you want to see that, pay attention to the live streams. We might come back online here in an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. But for right now, I'm going to go offline, and I'm going to go and fix a couple things that I need to fix here while there's nobody here, which is the perfect time. And great. So thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting, and maybe we will be back a bit later tonight. Okay, bye.